This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It's Tuesday, August 9th.
Hope you're liking that weather out there. It's kind of wild. All right, well, speaking of weather, Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, Southern Command, is saying that they have a road closure right at the I-15 in Primm. They say that there has been 2 accidents related to this weather. All traffic that is traveling southbound on the I-15 is being turned around to go back northbound due to the flooding in that area. They will advise on their Twitter page when that roadway reopens, and they are asking that people drive safe due to that flooding over the highway. And once again, that is in the southbound lanes of the I-15. And our own Unette was driving over Highway 160 on Blue Diamond, and she is telling us a little bit about some of the rain happening up there at Mountain Springs. She said that she got a couple flooding alerts, right? You got some of those flooding alerts?
And 2 flooding alerts on the phone. And I got sprinkles that were coming along the windshield. Not heavy rain, but please take precautions out there because it is decreasing visibility.
You know what I always like is when we got the road condition alerts, we can go onto the Road Commuters Facebook page. People put a lot of those, any current things that are happening up there. Don't drive and take a bunch of pictures, but I got to say, it's always nice to see people's current road conditions up there. We do have some flooding. We had some brownout conditions here in Pahrump earlier today. I want to tell you about those brownout conditions right now because we're going to show you that. A 2-vehicle crash at Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Honeysuckle Street. They had high winds causing brownout conditions, which caused this crash. They were there on scene, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, of course, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputy. Traffic was temporarily blocked in that area. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies is investigating the cause, which they think is related to this high wind and brownout conditions. 2 people were transported locally to Desert View Hospital. Of course, be very, very careful during these times.
I've been a part of the Rosemary Clark family for about 7 years now, but today is my first day as
you have very, very low visibility, and what happens is people guess, they think that there's not a car coming. You know, the best thing to do during this situation is to not go and maybe possibly, just stop, stay in place until you have full clearance and that dust is gone. That is the best thing to do during this situation. It often subsides pretty quickly.
And in other local news, Nye County School District students headed back to school today after a long, hot summer. Rosemary Clark Middle School now has a new principal, and we caught up with the new principal today in the garden provided by that school.
I've been a part of the Rosemary Clark family for about 7 years now, but today is my first day as principal, and the kids have been amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better situation. I started on July 11th. Yeah. That was my first official day, and with my secretary, Miss Nancy Berry, and Miss Joanna Bumgardner, and we have been rocking it, making everything work and function for the staff before they came back. He was coming to his time of 30 years. He knew he wanted to do something different, just not retire, although I told him to travel. And as we got closer and closer to the date, he did have this opportunity open up to join transportation. So we're lucky to still have him in contact, and I'm lucky to still have him just at a phone call away. Yeah. To be honest, we have a lot of good things going at Rosemary Clark Middle School. I would love to see more field trips in our future, have our students see a lot more of not just Vegas, but getting out into the state and California. So that's one thing I would love to incorporate as I begin in this process. I would also love to see more of a kindness culture built into our school. We have some projects under the way that I would just like to build the school community. So we're an actual community. We've been trying for a couple years. COVID kind of put a stop to all that, unfortunately. But Mr. Wanbaker and I have had some great ideas, and I'm going to keep those going forward. We have not seen the effect so far. It is day one, but at the moment I have had 0 sick staff. I'm unaware of any students at the moment as well, and I'm hoping it stays that way. We have a full sports load. I think football actually starts today. And we've got volleyball coming, we got cross country, so we're asking all our kids. We've been sending out flyers, posting on Facebook, posting on social media. So we have all of our sports back in full swing. Always check our school website. Our Facebook page is functioning as well, and the school district website will usually post or link directly to our school website. Right now it's just being kind while we try to figure out traffic. They did put in a slight new lane while they were building a ditch, so we just want parents to understand we're going to get this under the way as soon as we get kids figured out with busing. So I would appreciate your kindness and patience with that. And as far as that, we just have our back to school dance coming up here in a couple weeks, and we'll send out information on that as well.
And we will tell you even more about the Rosemary Clark Middle School Memorial Garden provided by Home Depot in the next coming days. And we again want to say have a happy and prosperous and educational new school year to all of the students, teachers, and staff. And drivers, please be aware of the kids who are out there in the mornings and afternoons in school zones. Please be careful and stop and be alert for students who are waiting at those bus stops.
Well, wanted person and pursuit leads to the recovery of several stolen vehicles on a property on Vicki Ann Street. David Connor, Brian Sangster, and Maggie Hill have all been arrested by the Nye County Sheriff's Office for allegedly operating a vehicle chop shop. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office declaration of arrest, they received a tip that a possible chop shop had been operated down on Vicki Ann Road. On July 30th, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were led on a short pursuit with a person by the name of Kevin Ridenauer. He was riding a motorcycle. The pursuit ended with a short foot pursuit on Higley Road. Maggie Hill is said to be the girlfriend of Ridenauer. Detectives with the Nye County Sheriff's Office were able to obtain a telephonic search warrant from Judge Sullivan here at Nye County's Judicial Court. Here at Nye County's, they were able to obtain a telephonic search warrant from Judge Sullivan. Upon arrival, deputies say that they noticed various types of vehicles stripped down. They also said that they had their VIN or plates removed or taken off. After further investigation by detectives and deputies, several vehicles came back stolen. All three individuals at that time were then taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. It's unclear at this time how many vehicles actually were returned stolen and if their original owners have been contacted and received their stolen property back at this time, or if Kevin Ridenauer is now facing additional charges in relationship to this alleged chop shop.
A local man tries to serve up something at an area restaurant that's definitely not on the menu. More on that after the break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
I thought the Poorhouse was an Indian restaurant, but I think that they were serving up some Italian recently. Several people who were attempting to enjoy an evening out at a local restaurant also got an unexpected show. Police arrested one man for indecent exposure. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is reporting that they have arrested a person by the name of David Guido for indecent exposure in the first degree. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office declaration of arrest on August 5th, Nye County Sheriff's Office Lieutenant Alan Shrimp and Lieutenant Eric Murphy were dispatched to the area of the Poorhouse restaurant located on South Highway 160 for a report of a nude male. Upon arrival, they located the individual as pointed out by multiple people on scene. That individual was laying in the area southwest of the building in a gravel area. They say that he was on the ground face up with his private parts visible to public view. Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatched Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue to the scene, where they evaluated the individual, who was determined to be alert and oriented. Guido was placed under arrest for violating the NRS for indecent exposure. This NRS says that the individual was in a public place where there was no expectation of privacy. Guido was then transported and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center.
Well, in other area news, there's slightly good news if you're in the market for a home. A report released today by the Las Vegas Realtors shows local home prices dipping for the second straight month, with fewer homes selling and more available for sale. LVR reports that the median price for existing single-family homes sold in Southern Nevada through its multiple listing service in July was $465,000. That's down from the all-time record price of $482,000 in May and down 3.1% from June. The median home price is still up nearly 15% from $405,000 1 year ago. Likewise, the median price of local condos and townhomes sold in July decreased to $271,000, down nearly 3% from the previous month and down from the all-time record price of only $285,000 in May. Condo and townhome prices are still up nearly 21% from $224,000 in July 2021. Existing local home prices are still nearly 4 times higher than during their post-recession bottom in January of 2012, when the median single-family home price in Southern Nevada was an all-low $118,000. But since mortgage interest rates started rising in recent months, prices have been stabilizing. Fewer homes have been selling, more homes are hitting the market, and more sellers are now lowering their asking prices. By the end of July, LVR reported more than 7,000 single-family homes listed for sale without any sort of offer. That's up nearly 144% from the same time last year.
All right, we'll have more news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
All right, we want to let everybody know that the Nevada State Police has made an announcement on their Twitter page that the southbound lanes of the I-15 are now open to through traffic, and that they are not turning around any vehicles, and please drive safely. Well, with so many diets out there these days, it's easy to get overwhelmed. But psychologist Dr. Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says it doesn't have to be that way and suggests switching to intuitive eating instead.
It is about making peace with food. It's about learning how to listen to your body, how to honor your hunger, and deciding what to eat. And this is such a tricky task. Of the patients that I work with, the number one thing that people come in saying to me is, I don't know what to eat.
Dr. Albers says intuitive eating is very different from traditional dieting. When it comes to traditional dieting, an individual is given a set of rules to follow to help lose weight. Whereas with intuitive eating, you learn to listen to what your body needs. There are also no foods that are considered off limits. However, that's not to say you should be eating whatever you want when you want. The key is to know when you're actually hungry. So what should beginners keep in mind when getting started? Dr. Albers suggests eating when you're hungry, recognizing when you're satisfied, and mindfully eating a wide range of nutritious foods.
Studies have shown that people who do intuitive eating have higher retention rates in regards to this way of eating than dieting. So they've looked at people who have started dieting and people who have done intuitive eating, and they have found that they are able to sustain it for the long term.
Well, intuitive eating is an approach everyone can use. However, you should speak to your physician first if you have certain medical issues like diabetes or high blood pressure.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's a windy, wild day out there today.
Look at that. It almost looks like a scene from a movie. The mist, the clouds, the rain, all that darkness and more temperatures after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios on day 24 of the monsoon season. Or, it's not really a season. It's more like a situation, don't you know? Check out Fernley, Fallon, Carson City. Weather triplets, 87 degrees for a high today. Tonopah saw 82, and they're our cool spot. And Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, Tonopah, y'all are under watch for thunderstorms and or flash floods. So watch it out for yourselves up there. 86 degrees in Goldfield we saw today. 95 in Beatty. 100 degrees is our hot spot in the state of Nevada, with Amargosa checking in with that temperature. 95 degrees in Las Vegas. Actually feeling pretty good today. And 112 in Death Valley. Never feels good anywhere. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, 91 degrees. That's our current temperature. It got as much as 98 degrees just a little bit earlier. Southerly winds to 14 miles per hour. That humidity started at 29% at 5:57 a.m. when the sun woke up and said hello, and it's going to say night-night at 7:40. So we'll look forward to that. And the humidity index kicking up to 52%. Yeah, we're going to have a beautiful sunset with lots of clouds and a low tonight of about 77 degrees. And as we push on into the week, what do we see? Lots more rain. Look at this. Rain, 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 rain. Looks like increasingly the chances of rain throughout the week, it's just going to kind of go up and up and up. So we'll see more and more rain throughout the week. Temperatures hanging into the mid-90s, 95, 96 degrees is about typical, and lows tonight about 77 degrees. Winds under 10 miles per hour should be pretty kind if you get along with a little moisture. It's a perfect week for you here in the southern Nevada, and enjoy it. All right, make some plans. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks so much, John.
Thank you so much, John. There's so many things.
A lot going on.
Well, we can talk all day, and I'm not sure the audience would like that. But, well, number one, the community pool. They're changing their hours, and we got to say the pool is going to shut down permanently. Well, not permanently. For the season, August 27th, and they are changing the hours from noon to 3 for adult swim, open swim 3 to 6. They're going to be adjusting that August 9th, and they're doing that. And their pool season scheduled to end August 27th. The community pool is located in Petrick Park on the corner of Basin and Highway 160. We're just glad that we have a pool season. I know
so
it's been hard.
There's still time for me to get swimsuit ready.
We should do that for sure, and I love that we have a community pool next to all the lifeguards and all the staff and everybody out there. We have to appreciate all of the people who help with our parks and recs and buildings and grounds. We were mentioning that the other day on how many people we have there that help out so much with all of these things, including of course, the people who help out with Fall Festival. We have so much staff that's helping out. And this year, I'm doing the entertainment again. And last year, I took off because I had that daughter that got married and all that stuff. By the way, happy birthday, Josh. It's his birthday today. That's my son-in-law. And happy birthday, Greg, my dad. His birthday was the other day. Happy birthday to you guys. I'm doing the entertainment. If you are interested in...
So you're singing?
I did that the other day at karaoke. It was bad. So if you're a band, if you're an entertainer, contact me. You can get in touch with me here at KPVM. You can email me at dvainin@hut.net, or you can give me a call, 775-299-9992. We are booking the bands right now. We're almost solid right now, but if you are interested, you can still get in there. And we are looking for certain groups right now, including some fire groups. We're still looking for them. And so we do have some bands. It's going to be a super show, I think. this year.
Oh, always.
And
Always a great show.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so it's going to be lots of fun. I missed doing it last year. It's going to be fun this year once again.
Right.
And so if you're interested, now's the time to get in there for this whole thing. And of course, it's back to the town, helping out and doing everything as usual.
Yes.
We are... Of course, KPVM will be there with our tent and doing all that stuff. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has taken over the parade.
Right.
So if you need any of the information on that, you would be contacting the Nye County Sheriff's Office. KPVM will be doing the magazine and, of course, doing once again, televising the parade once again. And then if you would like to find out any of that information, the magazine will be out. And we just want to let everybody know all the details that's happening Fall
more
Festival.
information on
We'll keep you
upcoming
posted.
newscasts as well.
We'll keep you posted on
Yes.
everything happening with Fall Festival and everything else that we possibly can. Thanks for joining us here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Unette Gentry.
Good night.
Good night.